Asma Tariq is founder of Pakistan Leadership Programme, secretary of Insan Party, and one of the youngest published authors and international award winners in Pakistan. She's been nominated and has won several awards for her work, including a Global Youth Award in 2021 for empowering leadership. Her mission is to empower youth through global leadership, and during the pandemic, her digital Pakistan Leadership School trained over 1,000 students. She joins me today. Welcome, Asma.
Hi, thank you so much for inviting me. It's really honor for me to be here and have a discussion with you.
Oh, we're delighted to have one of our wonderful Global Youth Award winners here so that we can share your story. So, Asma, let's get straight to it. You are passionate about empowering and educating young people. Where did your passion and drive come from?
Right, being a school student, I always feel that there is some kind of I'm not feel deficiency and lackness in the student development, in their personal development. That I always feel that they want to do a lot of stuff, but they don't have the right awareness. They don't know how to do. They have my fellows. They all have great potentials. So this was my journey, like how we can start that, how we can utilize this potential, which we all have, what to do. And that was the actually starting questions that were just really pinching me. And then we started work on and we starting the things, and we find out that because youth and the young kids, they are the essence. They can change lots of stuff which our elder can think about, but they have that ability to change that. So it's very important to work with them. It's very important to give them the right awareness, because if they have the right awareness, they know how, then they will able to use their potential. And that would be beneficial not only for them, but for the nation.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I think youth have got that limitless mindset, and I think the older you get, the more limited that some people can become. So getting youth to talk about the different things that they want to do and make the changes that they want to do is really, really important. So, let's look at your own journey, because you've talked openly about suffering from severe depression, particularly after losing your father, which I'm so sad to hear for you. How do you think that impacted your journey specifically?
It was very difficult, because that was the difficult part of my this difficult point of my life. And that started thing was that a few years I didn't accept that. I was because I'm not very strong before that. So after that I realized that and I work on myself, and then I found that it's okay. There are lots of people have faced the same thing. You have to accept that because before that I was not able to accept that. I was that nothing happened. I was living, and that actually took me towards the depression, stress, anxiety. That was horrible. Even still, I have some symptoms and some of that. But after that, I started working on that, because I realized that a lot of people have they repress their emotions inside. They don't tell them to their family and friends. They don't discuss about, they don't accept them just to show themselves strong. We don't feel anything because we are very strong. We can't be weak in front of people. We can't show our emotions in front of people. So these are the kind of the stuff that I feel that they are somehow very harmful for a person, because if you repress your emotions, if you repress what you are actually feeling, that can harm your personality, and that affects you. So after I being living in that condition since for more than 2 years, then I take the therapies. I started realizing, because one thing I think that helped me, that was I am explorer. So I search people, I read books, and I listen podcasts. So there I just listen one story. I read books, and that somehow helped me that I need to work on myself, and I need to talk about that. I need to discuss this stuff. And then I started working on myself. I take therapies, I deal with my counselors, and then I feel that now I need to talk about that too, because a lot of people also do the same thing that I did.
I couldn't agree more, because I've lost my own father a few years ago now, and I think grief is a massive teacher. But again, like you say, there is a feeling like it's not okay to share your emotions and you've got to keep them inside, and I think that can be really damaging for people. So I love that you're trying to create a different environment where you teach people that. That's really beautiful. So let's go back to what you've been doing. And during the pandemic, you created the Pakistan Leadership School, which, as we mentioned, has trained over 1,000 students through your online classroom. Tell us more about that.
Perfect. Actually, when everything in the pandemic, there was no physical activity. Before pandemic, we do that activity as I love to work with the kids and love school students. So before that, we actually visited to the schools and we trained the students. But in pandemic, that was just really finished because we have to live in our home. So I was like, let's do this online stuff. Let's do this Facebook and all these Zoom platforms. So we actually just make a post. We just prepared a post and then shared a poster on the social media platforms. And there are a lot of youth, they want to connect with us, and they were like, we want to learn that. And then we just give a name of Pakistan Leadership Program and we start the journey. And it was so amazing that throughout the Pakistan, even from the far more areas, I don't know the name of some cities and some areas, from where the student connected with us through the social media and through all that. And they are like, we want to start that. And now I'm very happy that a lot of students have started their own initiatives. Like they are taking now initiative by themselves. They have created their own programs in their own areas. Which are even not that much developed areas, but still they are doing their best. They are using these modern technologies, because this is a wonderful thing. I think through this internet, through the social media, we can connect with the people even from a far distance, and we can share our knowledge, we can share the awareness with them, and that is a very wonderful thing. And with that, I think pandemic was very bad. But this was the one thing for that I'm very thankful for the pandemic, because that connect me with the youth, that connect me with the students globally, and that was just amazing. And still we are doing different programs. Even our students are doing their programs, and we are in a mission to provide the leadership. We just want our youth to become a leader, because they are the great leaders and they are the one who hold the future, who are going to lead in the future.
And I mean, education is power, isn't it? And I think, like you said, I think there's been so much in a traditional classroom not connecting with technology. And actually, technology is an amazing thing in terms of connecting people in remote locations and all over the world. So I love that you have been able to do that, and that actually now people that might not have been able to access any education over the pandemic have had access to that and are actively seeking it. That's really exciting. In addition to this, yeah, but in addition to that, you also set up a WhatsApp classroom for Rohingya refugees, and I believe you've conducted 400 online sessions throughout the world. What are the plans for that?
Right, that was actually amazing, because I have a friend on Facebook and he belongs to a refugee camp. So we were at that time, we were also doing the program for the youth of Pakistan Leadership Program. There we actually prepared a full-fledged program. It's a 6-week program. So where we have different activities. For that, you don't need to go out somewhere. You just need to connect with the people who are living in your home. And there are lots of leadership activities. There are some career counseling activities. It's a kind of thing that help you to use your potential, that help you to know yourself. So we started doing this stuff with them too, and for that we prepared a WhatsApp class. We shared the daily activities with them. The first most task was that difficult task was that they were not very aware with the technology. So we launched our digital literacy program. So we guide them how to use what are the basic digital literacy stuff how to use that stuff. Like you have a small phone, so how you can use this phone in a beneficial way, how you can use this phone to connect with the world and to share your potentials, to share your talent to the world. So these are we make videos and share with them through the WhatsApp, and then we can have a weekly class with them through the Zoom, where we discuss their ideas, what they want to say. We listen them, and what they want to do. So this is how we started the classes, and this is how we did that, and it was amazing. Like it was just like a family. I didn't feel, honestly, I don't know, people don't, but I didn't feel, I was like they are with me through the Zoom. Sometimes I really wanted to hug my students, but it was difficult. But still, it was a wonderful connection. Like even at the end of every class, I feel sad, like now we are going to disconnect.
Oh, I love that. I love that, Asma. That's so beautiful. So, so beautiful. And I mean, that must have taken up a lot of time doing all of that. But I think it's really important that people know that you're also the author of 5 books. So tell us about your books. And also, are you planning on writing any more?
Yes, I am, because this is the one thing, one of my book is here. So this is one thing that writing is one thing that's, I feel that's a catharsis for me, because I'm doing this since my 2nd class. I have lots of diaries, lots of stuff, but I was not very was a professional author. But in a school, I started writing professionally. I started writing for the other authors, and then I combined my own stuff and wrote the books. There are 3 novels that I wrote with another author as a co-author, and then this is a self-help book. There I shared my personal journey from being depression person, and then all that stuff that I feel that need to be shared with my fellows, and that need to be discussed. And there are 2 books that are on the Amazon. There are also one of these from the diary of my healer. So this is also, actually, there was some there I shared the points that were recovery stuff that I feel that helped me a lot to recover myself. So there I collect that stuff and I combine in a book and collected all the stuff. So yes, I am working on another book. That's interesting stuff, but I'm just being very lazy these days. So I'm trying to cope with that.
But lazy, Asma, with all the things that you're doing. I think that that's the last word I would use to describe you. But I do love that the writing is like a therapy, isn't it? It's an opportunity for you to really deal with the stuff that you've been through. So that's really beautiful. And I guess, like all of the things that you're doing already are going to be changing people. They're going to be helping people. They're going to be making a difference in the world. But my final question to you is, if you could change just one thing in the world, what would it be and why?
Honestly, I'm just right now working on sharing the awareness. I feel people don't need a lot of stuff. They can manage the resources. We don't need to feed them. We need to empower them so that they can feed themselves by themselves, so that they can they can support themselves by their own selves. That's very important. So I am working on giving them the power, on giving them the right awareness. This is my mission, through the digital literacy schools, through the digital schools, through the online schools, through physical schools. I just want to spread the awareness, because the only problem right now I'm facing, that's ignorance. People don't know. People are there is no peace, because people don't know about each other. They have a lots of misconceptions in their minds which create violence. There are lots of insecurities in people's mind that are not giving them the chance to move on and to move forward and to work on that stuff. So awareness is the one thing on which I want to work throughout my life. Being a teacher, being an author, being educational, being a trainer, whatever name you would say. But I just want them to provide the awareness so that they can use their potential, because God has created everyone with a talent. Everyone is here with a purpose. We just need to discover that purpose. We just need to find that why we are here and what is the talent we actually have. And when you discover that talent, then no one can stop you from being progress and from being moving on.
Beautiful. And you're definitely in the right place, because obviously Awareness Ties, AwareNow magazine is all about spreading awareness for different causes. And Asma, we'd love to have all of your links. So social media links, links to websites, to the school, to anything that we can share to help spread your message and get it out there. Please do send them over to us. And then we'll make sure that those go out there. But I just want to say, you are a massive inspiration, and thank you so much for joining me today.
It's an honor for me. Thank you so much for being inviting me. And it's a wonderful conversation. I just love that. Thank you so much. You're doing great work, because I think reward is something that that encourage you and that supports you to do more, to do the more work. And that's what you're doing. You are encouraging the youth globally, and that's amazing.
Beautiful. Thanks so much, Asma, and I will see you very soon.
Sure.